brings you here today?
Today is the 8th annual Smocks and Jocks Jazz Brunch Art Auction. It's so exciting for the players to be able to show their art. They always don't have an opportunity to show on such a big stage. We're just glad that we came up with the idea, 8 years ago, and the show has really grown. Last year we sold a record 14 pieces, so it's an established event now at the Super Bowl, and that's probably what we're most proud of, creating the opportunity.
You don't normally think of athletes as being artists, so how did that come to be?
I'm an artist myself, but when we developed the concept, we never really knew how many players would, offer their art for the show. But this year we had over 50 players submit their art. So the committee actually has to turn some players away. We never like to say no to the players, but the show has become so popular, and the art really is fine art. I mean, it could sell in any gallery in America. So we're excited.
And you mentioned that you're an artist, so tell us a little bit about your art. And I believe that there's a submission here that is yours.
Yeah, that's one of my pieces, Somnolent Morning. I just try and paint for color. Artists have lots of different styles. I'm not really a technical painter. I just try and work for the color and try and let the colors speak for themselves and come alive on the art.
You mentioned that it helped you find balance, and in playing football it's intense, and there's times that you need to figure out the balance between the player and the person.
Right.
How do you use this or speak to other athletes about maybe opening themselves up to something they might not normally think of?
One of the things that I've learned about players, and being able to have the opportunity to work with players on a regular basis, that football is so all-consuming, and our players are so many different things. They have so many talents across the spectrum that we really do try and help them search for balance in their lives. It's only natural. You're not always all work, and people forget that football is truly just a job. When you get up in the morning, you're not going to football practice, you're going to your job. So naturally you need some other things to kind of be a distraction and take you away from that sometimes. And I was really surprised how many players are inspired by the arts, whether it's the visual arts or the performance arts. We have lots of guys doing lots of different things. Some of my favorites, and he's been in the show many times before, is former Washington Redskin George Knock, who's he paints and he sculpts, but he's got a really beautiful sculpture in the show today. He's truly world class, and perennially probably the most talented artist that shows at this event. Steve Christie, former Buffalo Bill, has got a wonderful painting in the event. I like the guys that kind of paint like myself, that go for color and try and blend the colors and make the colors bold and let the colors speak for themselves. So those are generally my favorites. So it's probably not fair for me to say who's my absolute favorite. Of course, my own. But no, it's just great that we can do this for the guys.